Hello, hi, welcome to my vlog. I mean, it's a couple minutes and y'all have already seen stuff, but I don't know how to be on camera anymore, but I have really missed it, so I'm just gonna try anyway. Hi, if you're new here, which you probably are, because it has been like over a year since I've posted anything on the internet. Hi, my name's Alex, my pronouns are they, them. I live in the Appalachian Mountains of Virginia. Yeah, I'm here with my partner, our cats, one of them being right here. There's Jacques. Hi. Buddy, do you want to say hi or do you want to go in the window? Yeah, we have our cats, our gliders, our gecko, our snails, and yeah, just kind of hanging out and living life. So I have 4 days off and my partner is currently out of town and a conference for all of that time. This was not like a planned thing, it just kind of lined up. And I'm a very extroverted person, so I decided that this would be the time that I would start talking to cameras again. I don't know, going home from work all this week and not like talking to anyone has been really weird. One of our other cats, Ivy, is inspecting the... Thanks, baby. Love you. Love you, bestie. So, hope you enjoyed the clips from yesterday. So, I've been, over the last 24 hours, I'm working on, like, drying out a bunch of oranges to make into garlands, because, like, it would make the house smell nice and, like, be all pretty and stuff. I think that these next 4 days are going to be a really good time for me to just kind of, like, get my shit together and, like, do all the things around the house that I've been putting off and, like, kind of just really get organized. You also saw me icing some cookies that I had made that I'm really proud of how they turned out. So I had seen this one person on Instagram do cookies like that. I'm gonna knit while I talk because I'm like, that's better for the ADHD. Yeah, I wanted to make those, one for my niece's birthday, which is actually next weekend, but I wanted to do like a little test run just to see if like it would even work. But I figured this would be a good test run because one of my friends, he came over last night to watch Midsommar, which is like possibly my favorite movie of all time because he had never seen it, but he is a horror person. So we decided to have a movie night. He brought pizza, which was delicious, and the cookies were fun. Honestly, the one critique I have, I just used like a good sugar cookie cutout dough recipe, and I think I could like upgrade the flavor of those a little bit. I'm not 100% certain how I want to, but like that's one of the reasons that I put the frosting in the middle. They weren't bad, they were very good, like decent sugar cookies, but I felt like a lot of the, I don't know, the novelty was more in the appearance rather than the flavor. So I thought like elevating it with some buttercream frosting would do good, which it did, because I also got the Dolly Parton buttercream frosting from Duncan Hines in the little pink container from Kroger. It's like 10 cents more than the cheapest one. So I was like, yeah, that's worth it to pay for Dolly, because you know if it's Dolly, it's gonna be good. But yeah, that turned out really good. He enjoyed the movie because like, who wouldn't? I mean, a lot of people wouldn't enjoy Midsommar. I recognize that it's like truly not a movie for everyone. Let's see, today's Thursday. I am working on kind of like getting through all the laundry and stuff that I've been like meaning to do. I'm probably gonna go out and do some yard work. I'd like to go for a walk today because that always feels nice. But I also know that it's gonna rain a little bit this afternoon. So I probably should like get to doing that sooner rather than later, but I want to sit on the couch and knit for a while. I'm really happy with the progress that I'm making on my current project, so I just kind of want to keep that momentum going. Yeah, and then tonight there's a concert in the local park, like just free with some local bands that I might go and check out. I don't know, I also want to like get into my local community more and just kind of like get to know folks and just like really experience things and like really settle in. If you're wondering what I'm working on, because I haven't like talked about my knitting much. Ooh, firstly, actually, big social media-ish change for me. I can't access my main Instagram account, Alex the Alchemist 12, anymore. Follow me on my side, which is at The Alchemist Knits, which is primarily my knitting account, but I'm just now going to turn that into my everything. My like main account got hacked a couple weeks ago. I like stopped the hacker, but hi Quinn. It's not being accessed by anyone else, but turns out the email that was attached to it was my old college email that I don't have access to anymore, and I don't know how to remedy this situation. So hi Quinn, bye Quinn. Yeah, so for now I'm just using my knitting Instagram account as my main, so go follow me there. I started making, this is the Fest Vest pattern, which I had seen M to the Third make her version of, which I thought was so cute, and I loved the, like, hold on, I'm gonna hold it up mid-project so you can at least kind of see the general vibe of it. So it has these fun and funky zigzags, and I've been wanting a reason to use this yarn, which is Dear Maria Count Me In from Wool and Vinyl, the Hard Rock DK that I got at Frederick Fiberfest like a year or two ago. So I thought that this would be a fun pattern for that, but the problem I kind of ran into was that I just kind of don't wear I don't enjoy wearing vests all that much, but I was like, this is cute enough, I will make myself into a vest person and figure out how to like wear it and like style it with my current wardrobe. But then I realized, like, yeah, you know, I still am kind of running the risk of me spending like a not insignificant amount of time and like yarn and stuff on something that I may or may not end up actually wearing. I decided that since I have been knitting for about 20 years now, that I know enough to turn this from a button-up vest into a drop shoulder cardigan. So I've made the modifications on like the front and back shoulders well, I'm still working on the back shoulders, that's where I'm on right now, but I've written down all my modifications that I made to the front shoulders to mimic that on the back, and we are just simply going to see how this turns out. I feel like getting through that's going to be the hardest part, and then just like knitting the sleeves off of it. I don't know if I'm going to have enough of this to do the sleeves and the zigzag, so I might just use the black yarn that I have to do the sleeves. I think that would look cute because I still also have to like do the button band and stuff, but I think that would look really good. I could have just done it into like a set-in sleeve cardigan, but I really love the look of a drop shoulder on myself. I think it's like very boxy and like fun. So I'm really excited for how this is going to turn out, because I think I'm gonna get a lot of use out of it, because I'm not a vest person, but I am very much a cardigan person. So I know it's like almost July, but yeah, we're getting a cardigan. So I'm gonna chill on the couch for a bit, knit, watch some YouTube videos. I might play some Dead by Daylight, because I know Springtrap is now officially out, which both intrigues and terrifies me all at once. I'm just letting the ADHD run right now. But I have lost a little bit of my DBD mojo, but that is simply because I reached level 100 on Claudette, who is like my main survivor character, and I just kind of like, I'd been working on that for a good 5 years, and like I'm really proud of that accomplishment. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, that is the only goal I've had in that game for like the last 4 or 5 years. What do I do? I got nothing. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm landing right now. So I might check that out, see if that interests me. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. For now, I'm knitting. For now, my goal is by the time that like my days off are over, I'm gonna have the entire back finished and have started one sleeve. This is moving really quickly because I started this project like 2-3 weeks ago. I think it's just because I'm doing this in like DK worsted weight yarn. The black is a worsted and the color is a DK. So yeah, I think this is moving really quickly because I've been knitting a lot of fingering weight projects, which look really good, and I do enjoy fingering weight yarn because of how like lovely and lightweight it is. But I'm also enjoying things like knitting up really quickly. So yeah, that's what I got going on. Thank you for being here, and I hope you're enjoying this. I'm gonna do some makeup. I'm getting ready for the concert that I'm going to tonight. And I thought that, like, you know, this would feel really nice and nostalgic. So I'm just doing some eye primer, and the day that I'm filming this is actually Juneteenth. So I thought like I could use some of my palettes from Black owned makeup brands. I don't have like stuff from every category for that, but on at least the palettes I'm definitely good on. So I'm thinking I'm going for like a summerween type of a vibe. And I'm kind of feeling maybe a combination of the Colored Rain Vivid Pigments palette with like a lot of the neon-y orangey yellow ones. And then also the Ace Beauté Oceanic palette. I really want to use that neon green in some form or another. So that's kind of my inspiration. We're gonna just go from there. This isn't like the makeup that I do every day, but since I have actually been doing makeup on a regular basis in like the last 6 months, almost every day, and I have not had that experience in like several years at this point, just doing this feels pretty freaking good to me. So I think I'm gonna start with Crushin', and I'm gonna use that as like my transition shade and then really brighten everything up after that. Yeah, this is just such a pretty like corally type of color. The lighting in here is terrible. I'm like kind of doing it in front of a window. I don't know what the best angle is or anything like that. That's not something I'm like caring a whole lot about. I do miss Colored Rain desperately, like as a brand. I think that's such good palettes and color stories. I almost went for the Safari Rain for this look, but I'm really feeling the like, again, the summerween type of vibes. Summer goth, if you will. I don't know if I'm full goth. Since I dyed my hair though, I feel like I've really been embracing like my full spookiness, and that's felt really good to me. This isn't gonna be like a good tutorial because I don't know how to do those anymore. I just know how I like to do my makeup. So now I'm gonna go in with Splash, this bright orange, and that is gonna go like on the outer corner and kind of blend it up into the crease. And I'm gonna bring it like a third of the way over onto my lid. I always love breaking out this palette around Pride Month, just because it is like literally a perfect rainbow, and I think that it just always looks so nice. Then I'm gonna do Lemon Drop, just a hint of it like on the center of the lid, because then I really want to blend it into that neon green. And if I just have a little bit of this going on there, that's gonna blend it like extra nicely. You can kind of see the like sunrisiness that is giving on the lid. Anyway, it's algae time. Let's do this. I'm taking just like this really thick brush from the Melt Cosmetics Beetlejuice collection, and that's gonna get all up in there, guys. Gender neutrally, guys. And look, literally just like blend that directly in up there. Look how fucking beautiful that is. Can I swear on YouTube? I don't know anymore. I don't know what the standards are. And then I'm gonna just put a little bit of it like on the lower lash line. You gotta make that face and make that noise, or else, see, I stopped making the face and the weird voice, so then I poke myself in the eye with a brush. That's what happens to you. Word of warning. I'm really interested in like using this hot pink here as like the rest of my lower lash line, but also a little bit, I think I'm gonna put Crushin' down first, the same shade that I used as like a transitional shade, and then I'm gonna layer Party Drip over top of it. Ace Beauté is still around, I think. Here's the thing, when you don't like actively make YouTube videos for 3 years, but you still consume the same makeup that you did without like updating your collection, so much of your stuff just doesn't exist anymore. And it's like fine because it's palettes and stuff that you're never gonna use up, but like you can't make the same recommendations anymore. Anyway, hot pink time. I like just washed all my brushes too, so this feels so good. Okay, I'm gonna use the shade Chaffee from my Certify Affinity 2 palette, and I'm just gonna like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, honestly. I didn't come into the, you think I came into this with a plan? Do I look like a person with a plan? Because if I do, your assessment of me is very incorrect. But I'm gonna put a little bit of that just on the inner corner. Actually, I'm gonna layer it over top there. Blend it over top the green into the middle, like slightly onto the yellow. I think that looks good. Okay, I'm gonna do eyeliner, mascara, all that stuff that like I feel like is boring because I do the literal same thing every time. But I have been using the exact same eyeliner that I left YouTube with, the NYX Epic Ink Liner. I attempted to go for like cheaper ones and stuff too to like try them out, but this is the best one. Like we really did something on beauty YouTube when we decided that this was the best eyeliner. Okay, shut up, Alex, and do your eyeliner. And I've been liking to do like a little cat eye on the inner corner as well when I do my eyeliner. Okay, it's not entirely straight, but neither am I, so I don't care. So the hardest part of my makeup's done. I've actually been using this tinted moisturizer from the Lip Bar so much, another Black-owned makeup brand. I like it because like I have some that are like really glowy and those are like fine, but some days like I work in a kitchen and like when I'm already gonna be sweating my butt off, sometimes it helps to have something that is a little bit more of a satin finish. So this is pretty good for that. I have it in the shade My Fair Lady. I need to replenish it, but right now the only place I can get it locally is Target, and we're boycotting there because of their DEI policies or lack thereof. I think I'm just gonna need to like place a little order online for a couple different shades of that. And I've already put on my off-brand Supergoop Glow Stick SPF underneath this too. So if I go for like, I don't know, my e.l.f. whatever their glowy like skin filter type of thing is, yeah, no, that's just gonna be super shiny and like, I like to be glowy, but like, that's a little much. See, I think this looks a little bit more natural in terms of like my skin. Not that like I should be complaining about like things looking natural or not. Like, look at me. Look at, I haven't whipped this out in a minute, which is really surprising considering it's like one of my most used palettes. So this is the Midas Cosmetics and Neon MUA Noon face palette. I'm gonna use the bronzer off of there. I've been using just like my Fenty bronzer, which I also love, but I don't know, I just felt like breaking this one out for today. I'll probably use a blush from here as well. Did I just end up with like, yeah, so I forgot that this one is like really pigmented. Okay, I think that's a little better. I forgot how pigmented that one was. So anyway, blush time. This is honestly one of my favorite shades of blush because it like doesn't, it's not too blushy. I know that sounds weird, but like, I'm not someone who can pull off a bold blush look. I admire people who can. But for me, I mean, y'all could see my skin is already like naturally a little bit red. And so when I go for a bold blush look, I have to be really matted down with like a full coverage foundation in order for it to not look like I'm about to go into heat stroke or something. Time to do my brows. This is not from a Black-owned makeup brand, but I've been using the Melt Mary Jane palette and using the shade Sensimilla as my brow shade since I've dyed my hair, and I feel like it works really, really well because I didn't want to do like a full dyeing my eyebrows black because that felt like way too much of a commitment. But yeah, I didn't want to use a matte black because that felt like it would be a little too intense. So I think that this hits really well. Okay, there's my brows. Okay, I think for proper Summerween vibes, I'm just gonna do some black lip gloss. And that's gonna be it. And then I gotta hit the road so I can get down there in time for things to start. I'm ready. Let's go see a concert. And then I'll probably end the vlog after that and start a new tomorrow.